Settle in and do not look away. This entire story is a single chilling journey that is best experienced in full. If you appreciate tales of the supernatural, show your support by subscribing. It lets us know you want more. Now, listen closely. Anomaly Archives, case file number 006. Designation: the Black Labyrinth. Location: Deep Sky Listening Post, Orion's Tier, Great Basin Desert, Nevada, USA. Date of incident: November 14th, 2023. Status: both personnel missing, presumed lost. Site designated a permanent exclusion zone. Case remains open. Case file number 6. This file documents the events that led to the permanent loss of Deep Sky Listening Post, Orion's Tier, and its 2-person decommissioning crew, Dr. Aris Thorne and Dr. Lena Petrova. Orion's Tier was a Cold War relic, a massive radio telescope array built in the most desolate corner of the Nevada desert. Its official purpose was deep space radio astronomy, but its funding was abruptly cut in the late 1990s, and it was left to the care of a single, obsessive custodian, Dr. Thorne. In late 2023, the federal government finally allocated funds to have the facility permanently dismantled. Dr. Petrova, a systems engineer, was sent to oversee the shutdown. On November 15th, 2023, the facility's automated systems transmitted a single, massive burst of encrypted data before going permanently silent. A recovery team dispatched to the site found the listening post deserted, but strangely altered. The internal architecture was reported as geometrically unsound and physically hostile. The only recoverable data came from the station's hardened server core, which contained the facility's internal audio logs. What you are about to hear is a chronological reconstruction of those logs. They document the final 48 hours at Orion's Tier. This is Lena. Part 1. The Last Watcher. Internal log: Dr. Lena Petrova, November 13th, 2023, 16:04 PST. The background is filled with the low, powerful hum of cooling fans and the distant, rhythmic ticking of a relay. Lena. Engineer's log, Entry 1. Dr. Lena Petrova arriving at Deep Sky Listening Post, Orion's Tier. The drive out here was biblical. Nothing but sagebrush and shimmering heat for 100 miles. Then this monument to forgotten ambition just rises out of the desert floor. The main dish is a monster, a 300-foot lattice of steel aimed at the heavens like an empty eye. The whole place smells of hot metal, ozone, and dust. I've just met the station's sole occupant, Dr. Aris Thorne. He's exactly what the file suggested, a ghost in a machine. Thin, wiry, with eyes that seem to be focused on a point 1,000 yards behind you. He's been out here alone for nearly 20 years. I think he views me less as an engineer and more as an executioner. He knows I'm here to pull the plug on his life's work. He was polite, but there's a frantic energy about him. He calls the main dish the ear. He's agreed to cooperate with the shutdown procedure, which is a 3-day process. But he's made one thoughtful, unusual request. He wants my help tonight. He wants to use the ear one last time. He says he's on the verge of confirming a signal he's been chasing for his entire career. A signal from nowhere. According to him, it originates from a patch of sky known as the buoy void, the great nothing, an area of space almost entirely devoid of galaxies. He calls his target the lacuna. He says the signal is structured, complex, but incredibly faint, and he needs my help to bypass the power governors and route all of the station's remaining energy into the preamplifiers for one final, targeted listen. It's against protocol, but it's his dying wish, in a manner of speaking, and I admit my curiosity is piqued. One last scan, for science. Then we begin the shutdown. Petrova, out. Part 2. The Signal from Nothing. Internal log. Control room recording. November 13th, 2023, 23:58 PST. The ambient hum is louder now. There's a palpable sense of electrical power surging through conduits. The sound of fingers typing rapidly on a keyboard. Aris. Breathless, excited whisper. Almost there. Azimuth 221.4. Declination plus 52. The heart of the lacuna. Lena, are the power conduits stable? Lena, they're stable, but the heat sinks are already glowing. We've got about 20 minutes of this before I have to kill it, or we risk fusing the entire grid. You'd better hope your ghost is home tonight, Aris. Aris, it's not a ghost. It's a key. A message in a bottle thrown into the biggest ocean in existence. All we have to do is listen. Okay, engaging the final amplification sequence. Now. A deep, resonant thumb echoes through the control room as a massive contactor engages. The ambient hum rises in pitch, becoming a clean, powerful tone. For a long moment, the only sound is the soft hiss of static. Lena, I'm getting nothing, Aris. Just the background radiation of the universe. It's a beautiful sound, but it's not your signal. Aris, wait. Be patient. It doesn't broadcast. It unfolds. Listen, beneath the hiss. Lena is silent. The hiss continues, but then another sound begins to emerge from within it. It's not a beep or a tone. It's a complex, layered cascade of clicks, whistles, and deep, resonant chimes. It's structured, mathematical, and deeply alien. Lena, amazed. My God, what is that? It's beautiful. It sounds like architecture. Aris, triumphantly. That's it. That's the signal. I told you. It's not a language. It's a blueprint, a schematic. The universe is singing us the instructions on how to build a miracle. Lena, thoughtful. I'm running a structural analysis. This is impossible. The complexity is off the charts. It's not a repeating pattern. It's evolutionary. Each phrase builds on the last, adding layers of information. It's describing something, a structure. But the geometric values it's giving me make no sense. They're contradictory. Aris, because you're thinking in 3 dimensions, Lena. This isn't a house. It's a keyhole. It's showing us how to see outside our own prison. Keep recording. Record everything. We are the first. We are Columbus staring at a new, unseen continent. Lena slams a protective cover over a button, followed by a series of power down sounds. The powerful hum subsides and the alien signal cuts out, replaced once more by the gentle hiss of static. Aris, his voice is filled with anguish. You turned it off. We almost had it. Lena, we have it. 19 minutes of it, saved on the server core. It's more data than anyone has ever dreamed of. Now let the damn machine rest before it melts. We can start analyzing what we got. A tense silence hangs in the room, broken only by the ticking of the cooling systems. Part 3. The Impossible Blueprint. Internal log. Dr. Aris Thorne, November 14th, 2023, 0812 PST. Aris's voice is manic, filled with the fire of discovery. The sound of him pacing is audible. Aris, we have it, we have it. I've been running the data through the analysis software all night. Lena is asleep, the fool. She thinks it's just data. It's so much more. The signal, I'm calling it the Labyrinth signal, describes a structure, just as I thought. But it's a structure built of space-time itself. It details a method for folding dimensions, for creating doorways where none should exist. The geometry is sublime. It uses concepts our mathematics has only dreamed of. Negative dimensions, recursive angles, intersecting planes of reality. It's a tesseract, but a tesseract that leads somewhere. I've begun to render a 3D model based on the initial data blocks. It's difficult. The software keeps crashing. It can't comprehend the geometry. The lines refuse to meet. The angles are wrong. But when I close my eyes, I can see it. A great dark cathedral of impossible corridors and endless stairways, all folding in on themselves. A place of profound and terrible beauty. The Black Labyrinth. A strange side effect. Since listening to the signal, the observatory feels different. The shadows, they seem darker, sharper. The long service corridor outside the control room, I could have sworn it was longer this morning. That the door at the far end was further away. An optical illusion, no doubt, lack of sleep. But I cannot sleep, not now. The labyrinth is waiting to be built. Internal log, Dr. Lena Petrova, November 14th, 2023, 11:30 PST. Lena's voice is laced with a new deep-seated unease. Lena, engineer's log. I've been reviewing the data Aris captured and I'm beginning to understand his obsession, and I'm beginning to be terrified by it. The signal is not a passive message, it's active. It interacts with the systems analyzing it. The closest analogy I can think of is a computer virus, but one that operates on the laws of physics, not on code. Our quantum processors are struggling to handle the data, and the heat output is enormous, even in standby. It's as if the act of observing the information gives it energy, and the station is wrong. Aris isn't imagining things. I measured the main corridor. It's 102 meters long. The station blueprints say it is, and has always been, 95 meters long. I measured it 3 times. The extra 7 meters are simply there. The shadows are another thing. They don't always align with the light sources. I saw my own shadow stretch and bend at an impossible angle in the mess hall, as if the light was coming from 2 places at once. Aris is ecstatic. He sees these anomalies as proof, as the first bricks of his labyrinth being laid. He says the station is attuning itself to the signal. I see it as a contamination, a fundamental corruption of our local reality. I've suggested we delete the data and proceed with the shutdown. Aris looked at me as if I'd suggested burning down a library. He's become protective of it, hostile. I'm starting to feel like I'm not just decommissioning a building. I'm trying to disarm a bomb that we have already primed. Part 4. The walls begin to bend. Internal log, control room recording, November 14th, 2023, 16:21 PST. The sounds of a heated argument, a low subliminal hum, different from the machine noise, is now faintly audible. Lena, annoyed. We have to wipe the server, Aris. This is getting out of control, frustrated. The emergency exit at the end of the maintenance tunnel, it's gone. There's just a smooth concrete wall where the door used to be. Aris, excited. It's not gone. It's just on a different plane. Enthusiastic. The labyrinth is reconfiguring the local space. Don't you see how magnificent this is? The architecture is becoming real. Lena, appalled. Real? I tried to walk to the generator room. a straight line from here, and ended up back at the entrance to the mess hall twice. Distressed. This place is folding in on itself. We're trapped in here. Aris, Cuckles, trapped? No. We are being invited inside. The signal is a key, and it's turning the lock. We are the architects of a new reality. A sudden, loud, metallic groan echoes through the facility, followed by the sound of stressed, twisting metal. Lena, concerned. What was that? That sounded like the dish supports. Aris, look, the sky. A pause. The only sound is the low, insidious hum. Lena, horrified whisper. The stars. They're wrong. That's not our sky. Where is Orion? Where is the Big Dipper? It's a field of black with swirling patterns of light that look like the symbols from the signal's data stream. Aris, thoughtful. It's the view from inside the labyrinth. We're not in the desert anymore, Lena. We're inside the blueprint. Part 5, The Inhabitant. Internal log, Dr. Lena Petrova, November 14th, 2023, 20:47 PST. Lena, I've locked myself in the server room, or what used to be the server room. The walls are pulsing. A faint dark light ebbs and flows across their surfaces. The humming is constant now. It's inside my teeth. Aris is gone. He walked out of the control room an hour ago. He said he was going to greet the architect. He walked down the main corridor and vanished. He didn't turn a corner. He just faded from view, as if walking into a patch of deeper darkness. I tried to follow him. The corridor, it's not a corridor anymore. It's a staircase that goes down, but the ceiling stays at the same level. The steps are cold, made of a material that isn't metal or stone. It's smooth and absorbs all light. I saw something on the wall, a shape. It was my own shadow, but it was moving on its own. It turned its head to look at me, and it had too many joints in its neck. I ran back. I think there's something else in here with us. The architect. The thing the labyrinth was built to house. Or maybe the thing the labyrinth is. I keep catching glimpses of it in reflective surfaces. It's not a creature of flesh and bone. It's a being of pure geometry. A living angle. A knot of impossible physics that moves through the crooked corridors of this place. To look at it directly, it hurts. It hurts your eyes, your brain. It's like trying to watch a paradox. My mind can't process its shape, and the attempt feels like it's tearing my thoughts apart. Determined, I have one last idea. The signal is the source code for this prison. If I can't delete it, maybe I can corrupt it. Broadcast a signal of our own, a virus of pure, chaotic noise. I have to try to get back to the control room. I have to fight the blueprint. Part 6. The Final Broadcast. International log, control room recording, November 14th, 2023, 22:13 PST. Lena is back in the control room. She is breathing heavily. The humming is loud and layered with a discordant, chattering noise. The sound of her frantic typing is the only other sound. Lena, strained. Come on, you piece of junk. Reroute the power. Bypass the safeties. A voice echoes through the control room. It is Aris's voice, but it is distorted, flat, and layered with the same alien clicks and chimes from the original signal. Aris's voice. You cannot unmake perfection. Ch-ch-ch. The labyrinth is eternal. Lena, surprised. Aris, Is that you? Where are you? Aris's voice. I am a hallway. I am a spiral stair. Flat. I have seen the glory of the true architecture. You are trying to scribble in the margins of God's own notebook. Lena, angry. This isn't glory, Aris. It's a cage. For all of us. The sound of something massive and heavy scraping against the outside of the control room door. Aris's voice. It is not a cage. It is a digestive tract. It processes reality. And you are a morsel. Lena, determined. Almost there. I'm routing every kilojoule of power from the capacitors directly into the transmission dish. I'm not broadcasting a signal. I'm going to broadcast pure, unregulated energy. A blast of static so powerful it should either fry the dish or tell the whole universe that something is terribly wrong right here. The scraping at the door intensifies. The metal begins to groan and buckle. Aris's voice. Displeased tone. The architect is displeased. It does not like noise. It prefers elegant design. Lena, defiant. Then it's about to be very, very displeased. Firing in 3, 2, 1. An impossibly loud, deafening roar of pure static and electrical energy erupts from the speakers. It is not just sound, it feels like a physical force. The audio recording clips and distorts violently. Over the roar, the sound of the control room door being torn from its hinges is heard. Then, Lena lets out a single, piercing scream of agony. Her scream is not cut off. It is changed. It is digitally deconstructed, folded into itself and woven into the fabric of the static, becoming just another layer of chaotic noise. The blast of static continues for another full minute, a raw scream of energy into the void. Then, abruptly, it cuts out. The final sound on the recording is the faint, triumphant, and utterly alien symphony of the Labyrinth signal, now clear and powerful, as if it is being broadcast from the station itself. It continues for a few seconds, then the entire recording ends. The tape machine whirs to a stop. The archivist's voice returns, now heavy with a profound sense of gravity. Archivist, that was the final log from the server core. The recovery team that entered the facility reported that every interior surface was covered in complex fractal-like patterns that seemed to shift and rearrange themselves before their eyes. They evacuated immediately. The site was declared a total loss and sealed off under a national security directive. Satellite analysis shows that the Orion's tier facility no longer reflects radio waves. It absorbs them. All signals that pass over that patch of desert are simply gone. And on occasion, very sensitive deep space arrays have reported a faint structured signal emanating from the location, a signal they have designated the Black Labyrinth. It is a broadcast that continues to this day, a permanent anomalous scar on the fabric of our world, a blueprint and a warning that something is still listening and building in the silent heart of the Nevada desert. End of case file number 006.
Thanks for watching to the end. We've got plenty more exciting videos coming your way, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.